Hello everyone, happy Monday again. We are in week 5. This week we will be focusing on optics. So what to do week 5? The readings this week, we have 2 textbook readings, which is the Foundations of Low Vision, Chapter 7, which talks about optics and low vision devices that we will be using with some of our students. And the second is the Functional Vision, the LUEC, which is Chapter 3. The PDF is attached because it was an optional book. And then Hadley lessons are due this week. So anything that is submitted, all quizzes done after Sunday will be marked 0. So make sure you finish all 10 Hadley lessons this week. And then the other major thing that you will be starting to work is the eye condition report with your partner. There is a sample format of the eye condition report in this week's module. You don't have to follow the format. Just try to be creative. Maybe it could be a brochure. Remember, we are trying to have this eye condition report for a general education team who has no idea about medical terms or whatever. You are the expert. So make sure you try to be creative about this. And in order to be, because you have to finish your Hadley and the eye condition report, the eye condition report is not due this week, but no discussion post this week. So it will give you some time. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview on optics. This is nothing, it's just the same that we've been discussing for the last 2 weeks, which is you should be able to see a prescription or an eye report and understand the implications of those terms on the medical report in an educational setting. And we discussed this in week 2. We all thought reading an eye report and understanding a condition is very important, as you will be the expert to know about the student's eye condition. And then in this week's module, there is a list of resources that we can refer to, especially for topics of print sizes of students. So we just put it in a document, the list of resources. In many IEP meetings, we are often asked about print size that the student can see. You will have to remember that enlargement is not always the solution for print size. I can give you an example. For example, a student with ROP with tunnel vision. So it's like looking through a tunnel. Only the central vision is available for the student to be able to see. Think about what else you can do for the student other than, if you enlarge the print, it's going to actually affect the vision more than there'll be fewer words in the student's vision field to read. So think about how you can change it. So enlargement is not always the solution. The other big topic is the visual acuity. In IP meetings, we are always asked, what is 2200 mean? What is 2070? How does it look for the child? So simulating that for in-services in school teams really helps. The one thing that we've always done as a team is to provide in-service in the beginning of the year to all our school teams. A simple thing for 2200 is you take a Ziploc and you fold it maybe 2 or 3 times and see through it, and that's what the child sees. So it's a very quick activity for other students, other peers, other teachers to kind of see what the child sees in terms of acuity. And you think about how would you explain this to your team members. What does 20 and what does 200 mean? What does legally blind mean? Think about these questions while you're reading resources in this week's module. There is a paper by Colin Brander on various modes of acuity measurements and how it is done. It's a very useful handout to save it for future use. You'll be seeing how the near acuity, distance acuity, all of these are measured. The low vision principles and visual efficiency. Again, in this week's module, there's a resource on low vision principles. It's a great document. It has all the statements that is approved by the American Foundation for the Blind, which the general idea about this, or about these statements, is that if a student is highly impacted with vision, using his or her remaining vision to the maximum possible is not going to be harmful. So we just use whatever little vision you have, because conceptually you're going to understand things much better. So that is the biggest principle in this paper. Read and try to understand these statements in relation to the history of low vision that we've discussed last week. And then the other thing is the efficient use of functional vision is an instructional task that we teach our students. How would you allow the student to use whatever vision that the child has? And that instructional task is not isolated. For example, you go, say you have to see a student with low vision once a week. You do not just go and tell the student, see. I mean, just keep seeing things. That's not going to help the child. It's not, you don't pull out and teach these skills. It has to be incorporated for the student across their entire day. Read the handout on visual efficiency skills in this week's module. It's a great resource to have it in your tool basket. If there are any questions related to visual efficiency, low vision principles, or you have come across situations in your school that you would like some clarification, please feel free to ask questions. And hope you have fun, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.